All practice pages and other materials for learning cursive are available at my Teachers Pay Teachers store at www.teacherspayteachers.com/store/Ann-Fossnight. Learning Cursive, Lesson 54, Capital Y. When you compare a printed capital Y to a lowercase y, we can see a little bit of similarities, but a big difference is the bottom part of the Y sits on the baseline and has a descender tail, while a capital Y sits on the baseline. The next candy curve letter, the capital Y, is very much like a capital U. We make most of the strokes of the capital U and then end it with a J or a Y tail. So we begin with the overcurve halfway between the midline and the headline. That overcurve turns into a curve for the undercurve, all the way up to the headline, and a slant straight down 3 spaces, touch the descender line, curve to the left, and make a tail. And we have our capital Y. Let's look at it again. This much of the capital Y, the overcurve, undercurve, to the headline and the slant are the same as a capital U, but right here we keep going straight down and we make our tail. Our tail has a nice loop that crosses at the baseline. When you make it, you want to keep it so it's not too far apart. You want to keep this part straight, not put an extra curve in it. Prepare to complete the capital Y practice page. Clear your desk, sit up straight, slant your paper properly, and write your name neatly in cursive at the top of the page. A capital Y, we can see by the model, begins like a capital U. Very much the beginning is the same. And then it has a Y, lowercase y tail. So we begin between the midline and the headline with a curve, overcurve, straight down to an undercurve, up to the headline, straight down 3 spaces, and make a Y tail. Y is one of our 3 space capitals. We have J and Y and Z. Starts between the midline and the headline with an overcurve that curves into an undercurve all the way to the headline, slants 3 spaces down, straight down, curves to the left, and makes a loop. Between the midline and the headline, we make an overcurve for our candy curve. It curves into an undercurve. All the way to here is just like a capital U, and then we put a tail down to the descender line. When you've practiced on the training wheel letters and you feel confident in the stroke, you can go over to the model and underneath it, begin between the midline and the headline, make your candy curve, up, 3 spaces down into our tail, and cross. Don't put an extra curve in here. The curve's just at the bottom in the undercurve. Keep this part straight and this whole part straight. A capital Y is a connecting letter. So we're making our capital Y, and our overcurve goes over the O, back to the down curve, and the bridge. If we were writing a letter like E down here on Yentl, we do our strokes for our capital Y, and then our overcurve turns itself into an undercurve to finish the word. If your name starts with a Y, feel free to replace one of these names and write yours in. We have Yoko, Yoda, Yolando, Yasser, Yentl, and Yashi. Trace those names or write your own, and then write them beside to practice the second candy curve letter.